So in today's video, we'll be handling the narrative type of composition, which came in 2024 internal, last year actually. A narrative type of composition, mind you. Section A, when it comes to English paper 1, it has 6 types of compositions. You just have to pick one. You just have to pick one type of composition. Okay, you just have to pick one type of composition. All right, so we do have types of compositions whereby you are only required to only pick one. Number one, there is a narrative type of composition. There is a narrative type of composition, and number two, there is a descriptive type of composition, and also there's what you call an explanatory type of composition, and also number 4, there's what you call an expository type of composition. Then number 5, there's also what we call an argumentative, also an argumentative type of composition. This type of debate, we write it, this kind of composition, we write it as if it's debate also. It's a debate type of composition. So narrative, descriptive, explanatory, expository, then argumentative. Then lastly, there's also this one, which we refer to it as what? A discursive type of composition. So we have a discursive, an argumentative, expository, explanatory, a descriptive, and also a narrative type of composition. So during exam, these things, they are highly examinable because they come year in, year out. You just have to pick one because these are the main types of compositions that one has to know. And also in section A, they can also bring a letter writing. It can be a friendly letter, or it can be the letter to the editor also. They can bring it in section A. So now it's very much important whereby you know at least 2 of the 6 types of compositions, so that you have a strong backup. So we have narrative, we have descriptive, we have explanatory, we have expository, and also we have an argumentative. Then lastly, when it comes to compositions, we do have a discursive. Then number 7, they can also bring a letter. So now, since we are in, let me say it's what? This is May, if I'm not mistaken. So this is May. Make sure that you are very much confident with the kind of composition that you will pick. If it's a narrative, make sure that you know it very well. If it's a descriptive, make sure that you understand it very well on how we handle it. Then now, if it's an explanatory, make sure that you understand it fully also. Expository, this applies to argumentative, discursive. So make sure that you know at least 2. Don't know just one here. Know at least 2. Why am I saying that you have to know 2? The reason being is that because yes, the composition you can know it very well, but the way the questions will be phrased, they can confuse you. So it's better if you feel like the way the narrative came, it's not that let me say the kind of questions, the way it has been or the kind of questions, the way they have been phrased, they are confusing you. You can simply go to argumentative. If you see that when it comes to argumentative, the kind of question, the way it has been phrased is kind of confusing you, you can go to what? To narrative or descriptive. But when it comes to narrative, I hope that we are all aware is that most of the compositions that come under the narrative, the titles are given. The titles are given when it comes to narrative. But most of the titles that are given when it comes to narrative, they are in form of idioms. They are in form of idioms. All right, which means the title are kind of, let me say, they can be proverbs. Okay, they can be proverbs whereby the title, they hide a meaning. They hide a strong meaning. All right. So if you don't understand the kind of idiom that they will bring, or rather a proverb that they will bring, it will be very much difficult for you to understand this kind of writing, because there are many types of or rather examples of idioms that one has to understand very well. They can just say this. They can just write. They can bring like this. Write a story on the following titles. They can say title number 1. They can say break the ice. You see, write the following on the following titles. So title 1, it's break the ice. Then they'll say or. Then B. Then they'll go. Then they will say. Let me say. So this is just an example. Cats and dogs. You have seen it? So if you don't understand these kinds of idioms, it will be very much difficult for you to write a narrative. But most of the time also, the titles, they come straightforward, whereby they can just say, write a story on the following titles. It can be A, they can say unavoidable neighbor, or a thief at night. Though some titles, they are just directly, but most of the time, most of the titles, there are arcs in form of idioms. So in this video, we are going to look at how one can handle the narrative type of compositions. Mind you, the word narrative, it comes from the word narrate, which means to tell a story, which means the kind of compositions that you will be writing, it may sound as if you are telling a story. Just imagine you have, let me say, you have, it can be your best friend or so. The way you tell stories to your friends, or it can be to your relatives or your classmates or anyone else. Okay, imagine those scenarios whereby if you see someone telling a story, what are some of the key things that you get from what he or she is telling you? So make sure that you understand 3 things are very much important in your writing. Number 1, you must know that your kind of writing, the first key thing that you must understand, your writing must be interesting. Make sure that your writing is interesting. It must not be boring. Your writing must be interesting or intriguing, in short. Then apart from interesting, which means your writing must have what? Let me say, it must have events. Okay? Even most of the movies, they do have parts, part 1 or season 1, season 2. Even your kind of writing, it must have those events or other parts saying that, okay, since this person did this, then you went to that place, which means the next part, he or she is going to start from that place, then end up to that place, which means you must create a movie. Before you even start writing, make sure that you have already created a movie. By just reading the title itself, you are already coming up with what? With a movie. Okay, so you must write as if you are watching a movie. Write as if you are watching a movie. All right, don't just rush when it comes to writing. So when you see a title, imagine it as if it's a reality now. All right, write it as if you are writing a movie. All right, so number 1, your composition must be what? Interesting. Number 2, don't forget the events. There must be a chronological way, or rather a chronological order on how the stories will be what? Be following each other. They must be interesting. Then the other key thing, 3, your story must have what? Characters. So mind you, characters, these are simply people who will be playing a vital role in your composition. Characters, these are simply actors or actresses, in short. So these are people that will portray, or rather that will show a certain character or role in the what? In the type of movie, or rather the composition that you will be writing. So number 3, character. So characters, these are actors or rather actresses. So here you can choose characters. Here they can be people, or if not people, you can choose animals. Okay? So in your type of writing, your characters can be animals or either people. Okay. And it's very much suitable enough. It can be either you are choosing people or you are choosing animals. It can be kind of suitable if you use a personification type of figure of speech. So it's so interesting. All right, so number one, it must be interesting. Number two, it must have events that are following each other in a chronological way or order. Then lastly, it must have characters or let me say actors or actresses also. So these points are very much important that you must take note. And also when it comes to add up, I can simply say number 4, don't forget to punctuate your work. Don't forget to punctuate your work, because punctuation is very much important, because it will also contribute the interesting part of the story. If you're not punctuating, your story will be unguided, or rather it won't be interesting. So it's very much important whereby you understand that punctuations, they do play a vital role when it comes to to English language, or rather compositions. So now it's very much important whereby you follow these kinds of rules: interesting, events, characters or people, or let me say animals. Then number 4, don't forget to punctuate your work. Then I can also add up this to say, lastly, number 5, make sure that whenever you are writing a narrative type of compositions, don't forget to even include some idioms, because they will try by all means to make your writing suitable. Your writing must be suitable. So if I say idioms, these are figurative words, or words whereby they are not in the same line with the individual's word meaning. Okay, so if I say, let me say, it was raining. Okay, it was raining. So just from the word itself, it was raining, someone can easily tell that, okay, yeah, this kind of sentence is straightforward. But when it comes to an idiom, you can simply say it like this. You can say, the clouds were crying. The clouds were crying. Okay, so now it's very much important. It's very much important. Okay, so now these are some of the idioms that are very much important that one has to understand or know also. Okay, so let us look at this example that came in 2024. So it was like this. It says, write a story with one of the following titles: A, My Lucky Day, or Used and Abandoned. Write a story with one of the following titles. Then we have 2 titles that are given here. It reads My Lucky Day or Used and Abandoned. So if you check verbal, we don't have to answer both. You just have to answer one type of title. So here, mind you, most of the compositions here, they are They are unguided. No points are given. No points are given. No points are given also. So now what we're going to do, we do this. The first key thing, you can write a title. We can write a title. So you can see here, we are going to choose this one. We'll say my lucky day. Okay, so here there's a rule that we easily follow, saying that when you write your title in small letters, you can simply underline. Then in big letters, you must not underline here when it comes to narrative type of composition. So it reads My Lucky Day. My Lucky Day. Then now, how are you going to start it? Make sure your title must be straight to the point. Okay, your title must be straight to the point. Then now what you're going to do, make sure that you write it in a very nice way. So you can say how you're going to start it. You can say, mind you, there are 2 types of there are 2 ways on how one can paragraph his or her work. or if you want, you can start by indenting, or if not indenting, then you can do what? You can be skipping one line before you go to the other paragraph. So you can start it like this. When you indent, you say, I woke up. Okay. I woke up. You see how I am starting it. I woke up. Then if you want, you can say one day or one Sunday morning. That's how you write it. You can say, I woke up on a beautiful morning. On a beautiful morning, feeling different. Full stop. I woke up on a beautiful morning, feeling different. Okay, feeling different. Then you write, I had this gut feeling that it was going to be my lucky day. Full stop. Then now you write, I quickly brushed my teeth. Then after doing this, had a shower, and put on my best outfit. Full stop. You see how I've written it? It reads, I woke up on a beautiful morning feeling different. Full stop. I had this gut feeling that it was going to be my lucky day. I quickly brushed my teeth, had a shower, and put on my best outfit. Then this is just the intro. This is just the introduction of how you can write a narrative type of composition. So now, since this is how your first paragraph must be, your first paragraph must not be too long. Make sure that your first paragraph is kind of short and straight to the point. Then now, the first line, here it says I, follow the same lineage so that you start the second paragraph. So let me just start the first line for the second paragraph. You can say, mind you, start with a capital letter. You can say, as I was walking to the bus stop, I saw 100 kwacha note lying on the sidewalk. I picked it up, feeling grateful for my luck. Full stop. I had been struggling financially. I have been struggling financially and this was a great start to my day. Full stop. So now if you can check the way I am writing this type of composition, I am following the events step by step. So now in our next video, I'm also going to teach you on how one can paragraph his or her work and how to punctuate. So watch out. So in the next video, I'll be guiding you on how one can punctuate and also how one can write a proper paragraph. All right. So I've just done paragraph 1, then paragraph 2. So you can continue. You can try to continue. I've helped you from paragraph 1 up to paragraph 2. You can write paragraph 3, then up to down. So that's the way it is. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. Have a productive day or so. Thank you very much.